And good morning, high school football fans. Welcome to the High School Sports Roundup here on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee. PJ Zucco here with you this morning as we recap and look back at what a week and what a night of high school football there last night all around the Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee area. Some huge games and huge moments last night for some Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee area teams. Very important region matchups last night all around the area, and a big win, a few big wins, but a huge win for two of these higher classification teams in the Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee area as well. But let's go through these scores at one time real quickly, and we'll look forward to a show packed with coaches here as well here on the High School Sports Roundup. So very much looking forward to being joined by these coaches this morning. But up in 7A, it was Colquitt County getting the victory over Camden County in overtime. The Wildcats, man, fought extremely hard there last night and battled to the end. Sadly, it was Colquitt County coming away with the victory there, 34-31, as Colquitt was able to come away with the win. Brunswick High, they moved to 8-0 there in that 6A classification and get the win over Richmond Hill, really in dominating fashion as well, 42-7. The defense shows up extremely well for Brunswick High last night. Gets a couple of big disrupting plays that were able to obviously make an impact on this game, and the offense obviously clicking and rolling once again for the Pirates. So that probably one of the most important region wins as you look back at the past few weeks and you look forward to what this Brunswick High team might, have in the next few weeks, and a very good possibility that this team could end the regular season undefeated and 10-0. But we'll not get ahead of ourselves, count chickens before they hatch or anything like that. The Pirates sitting at 8-0 right now with a big win over Richmond Hill last night, 42-7. Also last night, Glen Academy traveled up to Effingham County, and a close one there, down to the wire, but Effingham County able to come away with the win, 20-14. Tough region loss there for Glen Academy there against the Rebels of Effingham. Last night, Ware County, man, they start out 2-0 in region play, and what a win this was, 29-21 over Warner Robins. And Warner Robins has been absolutely lighting up the scoreboard all year. Ware County able to slow them down there last night and get the big win. This, of course, right on the heels of a 35-3 victory over Coffee there last week. So Ware County rolling in region play, and was very interested to see how this team would respond to the loss at Benedictine a few weeks ago. And they've come back from the bye week and gotten into region play in a huge way. I would argue their two biggest games in region play now in the rearview mirror, with a 35-3 win over Coffee last week, and now this 29-21 victory over Warner Robins last night. Wayne County, sadly, same cannot be said for them. Tough night there last night for Wayne with the 48-0 loss to Coffee. And Wayne County starts out region play 0-2 here after that loss. Also last night, a tough gut-wrenching one for Brantley County. They fall to Long County 28-19 as Long County moves to 4-4 on the year, and Brantley County falls to 2-5. Tough loss there for the Herons. Metter stays undefeated as well. They get the victory over McIntosh County Academy 28-6. That one close for a little while, and with 14-6 there at one point, with MCA just barely trailing Metter. Metter has a big second half and able to pull away and get the win there, stay undefeated for Metter 28-6. It was Brooks County over Charlton County as well last night. That one 42-7 as well. And Frederica Academy rolling over Bullock Academy. Big win there for the Knights, 34-7 in region play for Frederica Academy, and they're able to keep on rolling and look forward to some more region games here later in the season for the Knights. And obviously great to start out there with a big win over Bullock Academy, 34-7. Also last night, Pierce County on a bye week last night. So the Bears able to get some rest and get some guys ready to go for obviously their big region stretch here over the rest of the regular season. But as we say, big notable night there for Brunswick High as they were able to get to the 8-0 mark and defeat Richmond Hill last night. And why that's so notable to me, talked a little bit about this on High School First Look on Thursday night. It's Richmond Hill, and you look over the past 4 or 5 years when you talk about this region. No matter what region or classification it's been in, with Richmond Hill, Brunswick High, and Glen Academy all in one region, they're the 3 teams to beat. They're the 3 teams to look forward to and try and duke things out with. Last year, they split, obviously, the region championship and the top, 3 seeds between each other. They're with going back and beating each other and whatnot. So in the preseason and basically every single year over the last few years, Brunswick High has been getting stronger and stronger. But it's mainly, you think back 4 or 5 years ago, mainly it was Richmond Hill and Glen Academy. And then, Richmond Hill gets stronger, starts to even out with Glen Academy, I think. And then you have Brunswick High getting stronger over the past couple years. Obviously, they all split games there last year. And coming into this year, you put the circle on each one of these 3 teams. Now, obviously, it's shaken up as the season has gone on. Statesboro has been, I believe, better than a lot of people have expected, and got the win over Richmond Hill a few weeks ago. That kind of turned some heads when that happened. And I think Brunswick High has obviously been extremely good. Glen Academy has been progressing, in a tough loss there last night, but had been progressing throughout the regular season as it has gone on. So, I've had some interesting moments. Obviously, you have Brunswick High now, though, kind of having that third big notable win in this region, as it started with Glen Academy in the city championship game. That one, of course, in overtime, and the Pirates able to get that one done and able to pull that victory out. You start seeing that momentum keep rolling for the Pirates. And then in region play, you have Statesboro. You shut them out 21-0 with a valiant defensive effort from the Pirates, and obviously able to rush the football really well in that game there last week for the Pirates, able to get that win. And to me, I mean, like I said, it's not over yet. 2 region games still yet to go for the Pirates, and anything can happen. But to me, this was the third team that you had to get past. You absolutely had to go out and get the victory. And up to this point, Richmond Hill only with that 1 region loss. And you go out, really dominate there last night, move to 8-0, and kind of removed out from anybody on how good this team is for the Brunswick High Pirates, I think. And not that anyone was necessarily doubting them before, but you go through. I mean, everyone had, to me, these games circled on the schedule, and once you saw Statesboro start to win games, you had them circled on the schedule as well. And Brunswick High able to get through that stretch 3-0, and of course through the regular season so far 8-0 on the year. So some big games still yet to come, but to finish things out. But still, Brunswick High able to get that 8th win of the year. Did it again defensively there last night, able to hold Richmond Hill to only 7 points on the night, and also have some big turnovers there on the evening as well that were able to help things out quite a bit. Yeah, Adam Wieba, who we talked a little bit about Thursday night with Coach Pender, and he is able to force a fumble there early in the ball game. That one opened up the scoring for Jameer Lang as he picks it up and returns it for 33 yards for a touchdown. And Richmond Hill fumbles on the next possession once again for the Wildcats, and Reese Simmons able to jump on the football there. And Jacoby Hill gets in the end zone with the 1-yard touchdown run to bring it to 14-0. Hill able to score again there in the first half and score another rushing touchdown for Brunswick High as they're able to really capitalize on those first couple turnovers of the night and jump out to a 21-0 lead but before you blinked an eye. And obviously got Brunswick High really able to dominate this game, push it out to a 35-0 lead at one point. Yeah. Once again, Terry Mitchell making some big plays for the Brunswick High Pirates, some big pass plays fought by Sutton Ellis. And of course, the running game able to finish off those drives and finish off well for Brunswick High, over 150 yards on the ground on the night for the Pirates. And Reese Simmons, Jacoby Hill, just doing their job. Obviously, there's more running backs, and they have a lot of depth there for the Brunswick High Pirates, and they're able to do their job there last night once again against Richmond Hill, get the victory there over the Wildcats and move to 8-0 on the year. Now, again, for Glen Academy, you move to 3-1 on the regular season and move to 2-1 in region play. And I think that the most important part of that one loss in region play, you come into the night, you have Brunswick High with no region losses, and then you have almost everyone with one region loss. You had Statesboro with one, Richmond Hill with one region loss. You had Glen Academy with one region loss. And sadly, you go up to Effingham and not able to win that one. You come away with a 20-14 loss there for Glen Academy, and Effingham able to pull that out. And I want to thank our friends, obviously, over at the Brunswick News as well, with being able to talk to Coach Hidalgo about this one. And said, quote, defensively played really hard, offensively couldn't put two plays together back to back, which is really frustrating. Obviously, there, especially you hold end quote, you hold Effingham to only 20 points on the night, and obviously won't want to be able to have some consistency offensively, and just not able to do that. Coach Hidalgo would go on to say, quote, we played South Effingham and we survived on turnovers versus Bradwell. We can't execute on offense right now. We can't run two plays correctly back to back. So end quote there. And just tough not to be able to do that, as Coach Hidalgo mentioned. They're just not being able to execute offensively and not being able to do that consistently as well. And you saw that there with the scoring, as able to get a couple touchdowns there last night with Devlin touchdown passes to DJ Riley and Greg Peacock. But you need that more consistently from the Red Terrors. And I think that's something we had seen over the past couple weeks, a little bit by little bit. I think it really started progressing there in the second half of that Bradwell game. And then, of course, them able to put a full game together against South Effingham. South Effingham, though, again, having a bit of a tough season this year. So, that a big win for the Red Terrors, and you wanted to be able to carry that consistency, carry that momentum into the Effingham matchup last night. Sadly, just wasn't able to do so. Again, defensively able to play well, but offensively just not able to click there for the Red Terrors, and they fall here to 3-4-1 on the year, 2-2 in region play. And now that becomes very important in region play, because you have Statesboro, one region loss. You have Richmond Hill, two region losses. Now Glen Academy, two region losses as well. You start looking at that playoff picture, and things looking pretty kind of muddy in the water there once you get to second, third, fourth place in that 6A classification and 6A region here in the local area. But Ware County certainly setting themselves apart, moving to 2-0 in region play. Huge night for the Gators, as defensively able to slow down one of the most explosive offenses in the state of Georgia in Warner Robins and hold them to only 21 points. And, of course, offensively able to pull it out there with 29 points there against Warner Robins. A very solid defense in Warner Robins, and Thomas Castellanos able to get his, and Curtavious Norton able to play real well there for the Gators as well. We'll come back, talk about all these games, obviously moving forward, and have a packed show full of coaches as well here on the High School Sports Roundup. We'll come back, talk to Sean Penner, head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates, here when we come back on the High School Sports Roundup, presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet here on ESPN Radio Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee. And welcome back to the High School Sports Roundup presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet here on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee. PJ Zucco here with you as we chat about these big games from last night all around the Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee area, and some big wins by some Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee teams. Colquitt County able to get the win over Camden County in overtime, able to come back, get the victory there over Camden 34-31. Brunswick High dominates and defeats Richmond Hill there 42-7 to move to 8-0 on the season. Effingham gets the win over Glen Academy 20-14. It was Ware over Warner Robins 29-21. Coffee defeating Ware County 48 to nothing there last night. Long County over Brantley County 28-19. Metter defeating McIntosh County Academy 28-6. Brooks County over Charlton 42-7, and Frederica Academy with the win over Bullock Academy 34-7 last night. But again, Brunswick High able to get the win over Richmond Hill 42-7 last night, moved to 8-0 on the year. And joining us now, the head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates, Sean Pender, here with us on the High School Sports Roundup. Coach Pender, great to have you on. How you doing this morning?
Good to be on. It's always good to be on after a win, PJ.
Yeah, Coach, absolutely. And I've been able to say that quite a few times this year as Brunswick High moves to 8-0 on the season, Coach, and get the big win over Richmond Hill. And, everyone knows that how important this game was to region play. Every region game is important to go out and win. But I think, notable and people know, Statesboro has been very good this year. And Glen Academy and Richmond Hill, Brunswick High have kind of been the teams to beat in this region over the past few years, and already got the wins over Statesboro and Glen Academy, and able to put that Richmond Hill game behind you last night and really come out, play a full game. Every part of the football team seemed to play very well and get the win.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But now, PJ, you can't count out Effingham either, because Effingham, we knew was going to be a dark horse in this region. We just the coaching staff that they have that put in place there very well, and a lot of young athletes. So we're going to be ready to play against them also. Also going to come down to a chance for a region championship. But to move to last night's game, all the way around, our defense set the tone for us once again with a great hit by Adam Aweba on the quarterback. The quarterback fumbled the football, and Jameer Lang, senior defensive lineman, was able to scoop it up and rumble into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game to really set the tempo.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, set the tempo there and able to continue that tempo really all the rest of the night. And two early fumbles leading to Brunswick High points there last night. Now, we talked about Adam Aweba that there on Thursday, Coach, and, fitting that he would go out and make a big play there last night against Richmond Hill. But again, defense kind of setting the tone, as you said, that like to play physically out there, and certainly was able to do that. And that turnovers were a big part of that for the Pirates.
Yeah, the first series, the defense a turnover, and then on the next kickoff, Devin Smith doing what Devin Smith does. Went down there on the kickoff return and hits their guy around the 8-yard line. I mean, that's speed right there when you can get down and make contact on the 8-yard line, and caused the fumble off of that hit. And then we got the ball in great field position and were able to punch it in with Jacoby Hill a couple plays later to start the early scoring and made it 14-0 there in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach, for sure, and able to get out there and get to an early lead. And Coach, that when the passing game started to come in for that Brunswick High as well. I know Kevin Thomas with some big receptions there last night as he's able to get in the end zone as well. And again, like we said, kind of every facet of this team playing well last night, and that certainly bodes for Kevin Thomas and the passing game.
Yeah, the passing game got going right there in the second quarter. We were able to get some good balls off to Kevin. I think we had a couple other completions also in the first half, and then in the third quarter we had another big completion to Terry Mitchell and to set up another touchdown that we ended up punching in there later in the third, and then of course fourth quarter was a running clock, and all we did then was just try to run the ball, run the clock out.
Talking to Sean Pender, head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates here on High School Sports Roundup. They get the victory over Richmond Hill there last night, 42-7. And coach, I mean, we've talked about it here, and certainly don't want to overlook it. I think one of the big differences with this team is having those opportunities where you have turnovers and have big swing type of plays, and being able to execute and capitalize on them this year. I think that a huge part of this 8-0 ball club. We talked about it a little bit again on Thursday with some big special teams plays over the course of the year. Obviously, the defense being able to turn over the football, but if you're not able to turn it around and finish the drive and get in the end zone, that's kind of all for naught. But this year, it seems like whenever you guys are able to get a takeaway, whenever the offense is being able to be put in a good position, they're able to finish it off. They're able to capitalize and just feel like that's been a big part of this team, and a big kind of turnaround from the past couple of years, where you have those opportunities come up just short, but this year making those differences for sure.
Yeah, our team is doing a really good job in that area. We're playing a little bit more enthused ball. We're getting after it a little bit harder, and the guys feel it a little bit better, and it's just it's a good feel. Our team is doing well with it, and hopefully we'll continue that trend.
Absolutely, like you said, just got to keep continuing it now. And Coach, I know some big plays once again by Terry Mitchell as he continues to start keep playing better and better for the Brunswick High Pirates, and obviously make some big plays, but saw some big catches by from Sutton Ellis. Being able to pass the football there too.
Yeah, Sutton threw the ball well, and so did Jeff. Both of them were in there, made some key throws. Jeff hit a nice RPO earlier in the game to Pat Leggett. We had a nice little run and catch after there, and then hit Terry Mitchell on a post pattern for 39, 40 yards, something like that, which was really good there by Jeff as well. And of course, passes to Kevin Thomas were very good.
Absolutely. And again, just the whole team playing well there last night for Brunswick High, able to come away with that big victory over Richmond Hill. 8-0 now on the season. Some big raging games left, though. And Coach, you mentioned that now heading into a bye week before those raging games and before finishing out the regular season. But Coach, looking into this bye week and obviously playing well and having momentum, but still looking to improve and keep capitalizing on these opportunities and get some big wins. Coach, looking into the bye week, what's the first thing that comes to mind that you would like to see from your team over the next week and a half?
Well, we got to get healthy. This late bye week, the first bye week we had early in the season was a situation where we still had to get in shape and still work on our physicality. And bye week later in the season, we're in really good shape. We've been physical all year. So we're going to try to get healthy. We're going to ease off a little bit on the physical contact, and then try to do a little bit more in the conditioning area, and then just hone in on some fundamentals and executing there. Our coaching staff, however, is going to still work and prepare. We have two big coming up, and we're going to look at both of our opponents that we are about to face during the bye week, and just kind of work on stuff that we're going to do in both of those games, and then the following week when we have a regular week, we're going to prepare for Bradwell.
Absolutely, and looking forward to that. As Coach Pender said, looking forward to another two big region matchups to finish off the regular season. Following this late bye week for the Brunswick High Pirates, but moved to 8-0 with a big victory over Richmond Hill there last night. Coach Sean Pender has been our guest, head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates here on the High School Sports Roundup. Coach, again, really appreciate you coming on here. Best of luck as you look forward to the bye week. Congratulations on the win there last night, and we'll certainly be talking again soon.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me on, PJ. Take care.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Coach. Sean Pender, head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates here with us on the High School Sports Roundup. And again, huge victory over Richmond Hill last night. Still, obviously, got some big games moving forward though, and want to close this regular season out in a big way. Still have not securely wrapped up that region championship. But Brunswick High looking forward to the bye week. Get healthy, get some guys rested up, get some guys ready to go for this final push. And then, of course, you have the playoffs right after that as well. So we'll see what the Pirates can do moving forward and how they fare in these last couple games of the season when they get back on the field. But some big games from last night all over the area and some huge wins. Obviously, Ware County, one of those over Warner Robins, and obviously some other big games from last night as well. We'll keep looking at all these when we come back here on the High School Sports Roundup on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia, and Okefenokee, all presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet. And welcome back. It's High School Sports Roundup here on ESPN Radio Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee, all presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet here on the High School Sports Roundup. But some big games, big wins last night by some Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee area teams. Let's go through the roundup one more time. Colquitt County gets the win over Camden County 34-31. That one in overtime. Brunswick High stays undefeated, gets the win over Richmond Hill 42-7. It was Effingham defeating Glen Academy 20-14 there last night. Ware County with a 29-21 victory over Warner Robins. Coffee defeating Wayne 48-0. Long County getting the win over Brantley County 28-19. Metter over McIntosh County Academy 28-6. Charlton County falls to Brooks County 42-7, and Frederica Academy gets the win over Bullock Academy 34-7 there last night. Pierce County with the night off, a bye week for the Bears there last night. But again, Frederica Academy getting the win over Bullock Academy there last night, a big win for the Knights. And joining us now, the head coach of the Frederica Academy Knights, Brandon Derrick, joins us here on the High School Sports Roundup. Coach Derrick, great to have you on. How you doing this morning?
Hey, y'all, it's always better on Saturday when you win. So we're doing well and getting ready for next week.
Yeah, Coach, no doubt. Like you said, able to get that victory there last night. Now, I know every game important. They're in Giza with how the playoffs work out and everything like that. But obviously, good to get that first region win under the Knights' belt as well, and especially against a rival there in Bullock Academy, and come away with that victory in pretty much dominating fashion, 34-7.
Yeah, I thought our kids and our coaching staff just did an outstanding job, really all week getting ready. And I thought our kids just went out and they did exactly what we asked them to do. Control the line of scrimmage, be physical, and play hard. And all you can ask when you got 19 kids dressed out and the other team got 40-something kids, and they go out there and execute. We got a bunch of kids playing both ways, and they did a great job all night long. And I couldn't ask for much better than what they did last night. That was one of the better games that we played all year. And, if we can continue down that road, I think we understand what we got to do now, week in, week out. And so our kids have bought into it, and I think we'll get better and better as we go, hopefully, and hopefully we can avoid some injuries.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I know that a very important part of it as well throughout the season. Like you said, having the numbers there and the numbers difference between Bullock Academy and Frederica Academy, and still able to come away with the win and be steady there and come away with a victory for the Frederica Academy Knights. And Coach, a lot of things to talk about with the victory. A lot of guys playing well, but let's start with the defensive unit for the Frederica Academy Knights. Obviously, only allow 7 points on the night, able to come away with some big plays there last night as well, and obviously frustrate Bullock Academy all night.
Yeah, our defense played. It was smothering last night. They were really good. We gave up the one big play for 60-something yards for the touchdown, and we just misread it. And they hit us on it and got within. I think we were up 21-0 at that time. Got to 21-7. But our defense, I don't know if we gave up 100 yards up until that point. We'd pretty much, dominated the line of scrimmage. Our interior front four did a great job. Our linebackers were flowing. They were reading and playing fast and physical and down the line. And then, I thought our secondary did a great job, even with Thomas Veal back there with the messed up wrist. He played all night in that secondary, and he made some great plays all night long. Thomas did, Bryce Riley, Blake Holloway, and T.J. Jackson. Those four guys in the secondary did a good job when we needed them to in the end. And I just thought the defense they played great.
Yeah, Coach, for sure. Talking to Brandon Derrick, head coach of the Frederica Academy Knights, get the win over Bullock Academy there last night, 34-7. And like you said, defensively able to play a smothering defense there last night and only give up 7 points there to Bullock Academy. You look on the other side and offensively able to play well. Jordan Triplett, a warrior for you there last night, Coach, able to run the ball extremely well. 5 touchdowns on the game there last night. And I know since he stepped foot there at Frederica Academy, he's been a playmaker for you guys, and obviously was a big one last night too.
Yeah, we went into it, and I talked to to Jordan. I said, listen, that this is region play. This is big. This is it. This is where the big playmakers show up, and man, he shows up. And I'll tell you what, our offensive line, wow, and John Phillips Spires at our sniffer back last night. Well, they were physical up front, and they knocked them off the football. And Jordan ran the ball hard downhill. I think it had it in the newspaper. He carried it 50 times for almost 250 yards. So I usually don't run a kid that much, but he's our horse, and we hitched our wagon to it, and that's what we did. And I thought our kids just did a great job. And then I think Thomasville was 8 of 9 for almost 100 yards throwing the ball, and I just thought that's huge. Getting Thomas back's been huge for us offensively. It's allowed us to attack people down the field vertically when they try to pack the box in, and they just played a great game. Our kids did a great job of executing the game plan, and and they finished the drill with 19 kids. We were able to finish the drill and get the win.
Yeah, like I said, that's a team effort when you have a guy run like that and run the ball that many times, and for that much success. Obviously, you have the offensive line blocking up front. A lot of people don't think about it. You have the wide receivers on the outside blocking well, also to be able to get that many yards and being able to carry the ball that successfully. But of course, you have to have the running back and triplet kind of sign up for it, right, and say, yeah, I'm ready to go. Keep giving it to me. And he's able to do exactly that and be that workhorse. And you mentioned it there a little bit, Coach. Obviously, Thomasville, like you said, still maybe banged up a little bit, but it's still able to come in, be very successful passing the football, and have that option. And that by itself, just having the option and having the other playmakers able to get back to where they need to be and get back in their kind of original roles for this offense had to be huge. I feel like that kind of can't be overstated, being able to have him back in the ball game, have just kind of his presence there. Making plays is a plus. I'm sure with the kind of injury he had and coming back from that, but you really saw the impact. Even if he didn't, throw for 250 and 300 yards on the night, you kind of felt the impact of having him back on the field.
Yeah, his impact's been huge. His leadership, he's been there for, he's been out there all these last 3 weeks, just, getting the guys tuned in, practicing. But when he was even out, he was keeping everybody tuned in, and I just think him getting on the field, it just makes everybody more comfortable. You can get Bryce back out there to wide receiver, and you can hand him the ball off on some jet sweeps. And we did that. I think he carried the ball 4 or 5 times last night. He had 2 or 3 catches. We were able to get the ball to JP down the field. He had 4 or 5 catches. I think he had, in Jordan, we were able to screen it some to Jordan, put him in some one-on-one situations out there with corners, get him out of the backfield, and Thomas can do that. He can orchestrate the offense where Jordan and Bryce don't know all the ins and outs of the offense. Thomas is able to understand what we're trying to do and see what we're trying to attack. And, I've said it over and over again. He's a really good quarterback. He's a gunslinger, but man, he runs the operation really well. And he even does a great job on defense, and having him back makes us a whole lot better. And, we survived. We didn't win a game with him out, and now all of a sudden he's back and we've won the last 2. So, I think it speaks volumes where he's at with his leadership, and, where our kids have battled through it. They understand the adversity, but they're also glad that, he's back and we're getting back to being successful again.
Yeah, no doubt. And like you said, been able to win the past 2 games and looking forward to some more regular season games coming up over the next few weeks, Coach. And I know you mentioned staying healthy. That's one of the biggest things, especially with 19, 20 guys on your roster. But as you look forward over the next few weeks, Coach, and just seeing this team progress and wanting to see this momentum keep rolling, what do you need to see from the Knights to finish this season in a successful way?
Well, we just got to keep building off what we did in that second half from Long County. I saw our kids turn that switch. We carried it over. We played Memorial last week. We took care of our business early in the first half. And then this week, we kind of controlled the game. Our kids controlled the game, and we kept our momentum, and we were doing what we needed to do. Offensively, we set the tempo. We kind of eat up a lot of clock and kept our guys on the offensive side of the ball, and our defense just played good. And our kids are going to come to work every week, and we got to get them prepared as coaches. And I think our guys do a great job. So we just got to continue working hard. That's going to be the key. You can't relax. When you got 19 kids, you can't relax. You just got to keep grinding it out and get ready. And I think my kids will grind it out and they'll get ready. And, if we can win these last 3, we win the region championship again. I think this will be the 6th one in 9 years. So, and we've either been first or second 8 out of the 9 years if we can win out. So, pretty good mark for us right there, and playing a couple of state championships. So we've had some luck, but we've also created our own luck by the way we prepare. So one of those things with our kids, they're going to get ready and they'll be excited coming in on Monday.
Absolutely, Coach. Those kind of marks aren't just something you stumble into, no doubt. That's hard work and dedication for sure. And seeing that from the Knights pay off this season once again, 2 straight wins for Frederica Academy, and looking forward to some more big region games to finish off the regular season, and of course looking at the playoffs as well. Brandon Eric, head coach of the Frederica Academy Knights, been our guest here on the High School Sports Roundup. Coach, great to have you on once again. Congrats there on the win last night, and best of luck as you keep moving forward. We'll certainly be talking again soon.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Brandon Derrick, head coach of the Frederica Academy Knights, here with us on the High School Sports Roundup, getting that 34-7 victory over Bullock Academy there last night to move to 3-4 on the season overall, with 2 straight wins, and getting Thomas Veal back from injury, huge for this offense and this team. Being able to get Jordan Triplett the ball there just so many times there last night, and get him in the end zone 5 different times for this Frederica Academy offense as they keep on rolling. But we'll come back and keep rolling and close it all out here on the High School Sports Roundup, presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia and Okefenokee. And welcome back. It's High School Sports Roundup here on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia, and Okefenokee. All presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet. PJ Zucco here with you. Let's go through this roundup one more time. Colquitt County defeats Camden County 34-31 in overtime last night. It was Brunswick High over Richmond Hill 42-7. Effingham defeating Glen Academy 20-14 last night. Ware County gets the 29-21 victory over Warner Robins. It was Coffee defeating Wayne County 48-0. Brantley County falling to Long County 28-19 there last night. Medgar defeating McIntosh County Academy 28-6, and Brooks County over Charlton 42-7. Frederica Academy gets the 34-7 victory over Bullock Academy. I'm PJ Zucco. This has been the High School Sports Roundup presented by Walker Jones Chevrolet every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. here on ESPN Radio, Coastal Georgia, and Okefenokee. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. God bless.